players in the NBA right now that would have ties to Calipari. You don't think he could get guys like Eric Bledsoe, John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins? I mean, these are guys that might want to reunite with Coach Cal.
And I'll do you one better, right? Even the guys who chose to play for other schools other than Kentucky, right?
Want to play for Cal.
They all talk about Coach Cal like, you know, if it wasn't this tied to the hometown school or it wasn't this or wasn't that, I would have went to Kentucky to play for Cal. All these guys nowadays, they all like the guy. They all would have played for him, you know, if it wasn't a stronger lure to some other school or maybe another coach. And really, you know, when you're talking about another coach, you know, being a lure, you're really only talking about Coach K and maybe another guy. So I'm just like, yeah, I can see what he could do. I'm just saying in the beginning it might be tough, though, without those picks and things like that. It might be tough. Might be tough at first.
I definitely agree.
I mean, it's kind of hard to turn on $120 million. I mean, that's like a walking Powerball ticket right there. But the thing is, the stress of winning in the NBA, Calipari's already known that before. He got to the playoffs 1 year and was bounced quickly in the first round of the playoffs. So this is not Kentucky. Now, we did mention the fact of John Wall, DeMarcus Cousins, Eric Bledsoe, you know, with the 79,000 first-round picks that he sent to the NBA, you know, in his time in Kentucky. But it's not – recruiting is different, you know, in college than getting guys to sign contracts. But Brooklyn is armed with a lot of money. You know, like I said, once they get rid of Joe Johnson and off the books, it's going to be a lot easier. But do you – in this market, you know, like I said, Brook Lopez is their most attractive piece. Is it really worth trading him? I mean, I think – don't you just want to start building around Brook Lopez?
If you think you can.
I mean –
I think that's a serious gamble you're taking. I just think that Brook Lopez, his trade value could not be any better. And we all know this. Every year we watch Brook Lopez, he went down with an injury. And it was not the same injury. It was always something different. You know, and I'm not saying that he went down for the season all the time, but he's always missed extended time. And this is the first year really that he hasn't.
Exactly.
I just like, man, get something for him now. You probably could get, you know, a lot of nice things in return.
Exactly. Same with Thaddeus Young, since you're playing so well as well, too. But we're going to take a break here on Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC here on the new 96.9 The Game. When we get back, our good friend Gregory Small is going to be on talking about the D-League Showcase, something that's been going on, especially guys signing 10-day contracts, including Mark's boy Sean Kilpatrick. If you want to call and talk to us tonight, 407-916-8255 is the number, or toll-free nationwide, 800-729-8255. This is Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC. Let's pay some bills. We'll be right back.
If you're still on I-4 eastbound, still slow between Fairbanks Avenue and State Road 436, as well as between Jongyang Parkway and Ivanhoe Boulevard. Westbound travel, we're seeing a slow ride between World Drive and 429, as well as between Conroy Road and Florida's Turnpike. Looks like we have an accident on Chickasaw Trail. Watch for that at Lake Underhill Road. Still in good shape on the 408 and 417. If you see traffic problems, call the Safe Touch Security Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center on Page Carrera.
The Sports RX with Brandon Kravitz and the Shot Doctor.
But do I think that Nick Saban would jump at the chance to coach the New York Football Giants if they offered him a job? No, not at all. I think Saban's a college coach. He knows it. He's satisfied doing that. And I think he's the same as when Coach K had the chance to leave Duke and chose not to do that. I think Saban's in the exact same position in Alabama right now.
The Sports RX with Brandon Kravitz and the Shot Doctor. Weekday afternoons at 3 p.m. on FM 96.9 The Game.
We're all born with the blues, whether we want to admit it or not. Though you'll truly experience the blues from a different yet very unique perspective when you visit Yippee-Ki-Yay Blues. At Yippee-Ki-Yay Blues, you'll experience some amazing sounds from aspiring, talented musicians in the blues genre. Be sure to download Yippee-Ki-Yay Blues Android app from Google Play Store and get wired to the Rattled Beach Show on Friday nights. Blues on. YippieKiYayBlues.com.
Hey fans, this is Eric Kohler, stadium voice of UCF football. We invite you to tune in to EK Sports every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. as we feature the preferred picks of the week, insured by our good friends at Preferred Benefits Consultants, where it's always fun to pick those games of the week, but never a time to gamble with your health care. Find a Preferred Benefits Consultant at OrlandoHealthExchange.com. That's the letter X, OrlandoHealthExchange.com, and start saving today.
At iHeartMedia, we have harnessed the power of sound in a way that can help you expand your reach to a new group of target customers and grow your business through customized and effective advertising. Call 844-BUY-RADIO or go to iHeartMedia.com.
Ringling Brothers and Barnum & Bailey presents Legends. Experience the awe and wonder of living legends and mythical sensations like a Pegasus, a unicorn, and a woolly mammoth. Believe in the unbelievable. Only at the greatest show on earth, where legends live. Treat your family to an unrivaled and unforgettable event of legendary proportions. Don't miss this year's ultimate family experience. Kids tickets start at $10 at Ticketmaster. Restrictions and charges apply. Playing January 14th through the 18th at Amway Center. Brought to you locally by Metro PCS and your Southern Ford dealers.
It's the CarPro Show with Jerry Reynolds, giving you the inside scoop on how to buy a car. Email Jerry now at carprousa.com.
For an outstanding car buying experience, go to carprousa.com.
Are you looking for your dream home? Or are you looking to move out of your current home and find the home to start the next chapter of your life? Look no further. Jim Fouquet with Century 21 Rue Realty is your go-to guy to help you with all your needs. Specializing in West Orange County, Lake County, and Ocoee, his goal is to take care of you from the beginning to the end and is not satisfied until the job is complete. Stop by 401 West Colonial Drive, Suite 7, or give him a call, 321-945-6832. Jim Fouquet with Century 21 Rue Realty.
What's the scariest thing about going to the dentist? Opening your mouth or opening your wallet? Because just a simple cleaning can cost $100, and things like root canals can cost you hundreds more. If you don't have dental insurance to help, you should give Physicians Mutual Insurance Company a call. 1-800-709-3321. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps pay for checkups right away, so you can call today and get your teeth cleaned tomorrow. Plus, it helps cover the more expensive procedures you might need down the road. Fillings, crowns, bridges, even costly dentures. There's no deductible and no annual maximum. Your acceptance is guaranteed for one of these insurance policies, even if you're retired or on Medicare. There are no networks, so you can choose any dentist you'd like. That's right, any dentist you want. Call in the next 10 minutes and we'll rush you a free information kit with all the details. 1-800-709-3321. That's 1-800-709-3321. 1-800-709-3321.
Parents, do your kids like to run around the house? Do your kids have a nonstop stream of energy? Well, Preschool Sports has a program to help you and your children be able to take that talent and energy and give them an outlet to grow those skills with their brand new track and field program. From ages 2 to 11, Preschool Sports will be able to teach them as individuals and as a team. To sign up or for more information, call 407-463-2061 or check them out at preschoolsports.com. Better hurry, season starts January 10th, 2016.
Just go to Twitter/969thegame.
We are back for Full Court Press Radio, sponsored by SOFOELLC on the new 96.9 The Game, Orlando sports leader. I'm your host, Danny Thompson, checking in tonight with my main man, Paul Myers and Marc Johnson of NBAFCPRadio.com. If you missed the first segment, we pretty much covered everything with the Brooklyn Nets in the entire week. You know, they're not the most popular team in the league right now, but the fact of they're changing their head coach and their GM in midseason, and the fact of, you know, the Nets haven't really been healthy, lost all their players, and they still decided to fire the head coach 38 games into the season. You know, that's the reason why we kind of let the show off with that tonight. But,
kind of a big topic, yeah.
You know, like I said, we know with the NBA, with this show especially, we talk more about every other team. And I know that people in Orlando want to talk about the Magic, and we'll talk about them at the top of the hour with Zach Oliver. Because I know a lot of questions that I've been getting and Paul have been getting as well, too, and we're seeing on social media is about the Magic, because they're basically closing, you know, in right now, you know, on a key time in the league. So as we're looking around the league right now, there's some games that are going to go final. Well, we can't get to them all right now, but quick score checks, games in the fourth quarter. Pacers up by 14 over the Phoenix Suns, 100-86. Pretty much a big game from George Hill. 20 points in that effort. Spurs starting the fourth quarter up 81-66 on Detroit. Huge game from LaMarcus Aldridge, 17-11. And also the Knicks up 93-90 on the Boston Celtics with 8:51 in the fourth quarter. Big story in that situation, Carmelo Anthony's actually injured. And Kristaps Porzingis has actually stepped up and knocked down a couple three-pointers, knocked down 3 of them. I think it's a season high for him. So, guys, let's talk about a few other things in the league right now. As we're looking, we talk about the Golden State Warriors being the hottest team, but Paul's team that he predicted for the NBA Finals actually has the longest winning streak in the NBA. That is the Los Angeles Clippers. They have won 9 straight games. Paul, they're making your prediction for the finals look pretty good right now. How are you feeling?
Well, I did say that it was too early to panic. That was something that you brought up, a week or two into the season. You're like, wow, they look horrible. And they did. As I told you, though, they added some new pieces, had to get acclimated. Doc is that guy that brings people together, and I think you're seeing that right now. They don't even have Blake Griffin, and they're playing really, really good basketball. So my pick is looking a lot better, and, obviously you always want your pick to do well, so I'm happy. But they'll need to do more if they're going to make it, through the West. We're
going to get more into the Clippers, as we get further on the show, because our first guest of the evening is actually checking in. If you have not read his work, he is the editor. He's worked for Laker Nation as well as covered for the LA Clippers for the California Crusader newspaper as well too. He's also spent the entire week at the D-League showcase out in California. He's covered everything with the D-League, so we're going to bring him on to talk about the D-League because right now, guys are signing 10-day contracts. Sean Kilpatrick just signed it, we mentioned earlier. And Greg Small was out there. So, Greg, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to Full Court Press.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
So, Greg, basically, you were out in California last week with the D-League Showcase. And for those who don't know, can you give a little information about the D-League Showcase so people can kind of catch up on what's going on with that?
Yeah, the D-League Showcase is the opportunity for the NBA Development League to showcase its 19 teams, mainly in front of scouts, NBA scouts, general managers, and agents, and for, of course, the fans as well. January 5th is the day where guys can start signing 10-day contracts. So this is basically the audition for the first round of 10-day contracts, call-ups, and so forth. And so it's over a few days or four games a day. And teams go at it, and the team gets crowned a champion at the end based on statistics. And the Sioux Falls won the championship this year. Sioux Falls Skyforce.
Interesting.
Okay, I have a question. We talked about Sean Kilpatrick earlier. He's a guy I thought should have been drafted anyway because the same numbers he put up in the D-League is the same ones he put up in Cincinnati as a top 25 team, but I digress. Anyway, besides Kilpatrick, who are the 3 players that you've seen this week that you think, like, man, if they get a chance, these guys, could parlay this, into something really, really, really big? What do just your thoughts on the next 3 guys?
That dude, Eric Green, he plays for the Reno Bighorns, and he led the nation in scoring back in 2013 out of Virginia Tech. He led the nation in scoring at 25 points a game. Mm-hmm. He had a monster 2 games in the D-League. He put up 66 points over 2 games. He had 37 points against the Westchester Knicks, and he had a hezzy that I think it was the illest hezzy that I'd ever seen in the history of the D-League. He just totally shook the dude. So I think Eric Green for the Reno Bighorns, definitely. There's this kid, Raphael Putney, plays for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Mm-hmm. He's 6'10", and he's out of UMass, and he had 38 points. He went 6 for 11. This dude is 6'10", and he went 6 for 11 from 3. He can play offense and defense. Yeah, Raphael Putney, really ill. And a sleeper, I think, is Jordan Mickey for the Maine Red Claws. Mm-hmm. He's 20 years old. He kind of reminds me of Clint Capella. Clint Capella was in the D-League last season. He got called up the Houston Rockets, played well for them in the playoffs last season, is now averaging 7-7. So I say Jordan, I say Raphael, and I say Eric Green.
All good players.
Yeah, I mean, Jordan Mickey was a guy Mark was very, very high on coming out of the draft this year. You know, here's some other names. Speaking of guys who were playing in the NBA, what about Jimmer Fredette?